Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Back with another morning show, and I've got a guest in the building, a very good friend of mine, man like Ciaran. But before I bring him in, we're gonna talk about some housekeeping. Please like, subscribe, also comment and share this video. Okay, like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and also hit me up in the comment section and share this video. Share this video, please. Please do. Right. That's out the way. The housekeeping's out the way. Ciaran, how the hell are you, sir?
Big up, mate. Big up. Pleasure to be on the show.
Yeah, no worries. It's always good to have you on the show. Wisdom, innit? Knowledge and wisdom from Ciaran. Yeah, so listen, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about obviously the game on Saturday, our opening game, because we was the first up on 12:30. We were the first ones to. No, it was actually. It was Man United the night before. Sorry. Second one up to play. Kicked off at 12:30 at Portman Road. We're going to have a little chat about that. Also going to chat about Joe Gomez, Gerard Kwanzaa, and obviously the lack of the contracts being signed for Trent, Salah, and VVD. So yeah, listen, did you get to watch the game on Saturday? Did you get to watch the game? What was your thoughts?
Yeah. No, I watched it, mate. No, listen, first half was, to be nice about it, the first half was poor. The second half was, I'll not lie, the second half was very good. I won't lie. Wee bit, obviously, if you're being picky, you could complain about a couple of chances we should have done better with, I believe. But the second half was good. I won't lie, the second half was some brilliant football. Brilliant football.
Yeah. I was hugely impressed with the likes of Jota in the second half. I mean, I think what we got to realise why the first half was a bit shaky is because Ipswich, listen, they're not a bad team, you know. They're not rubbish, and it's not the first time they've been in the Premiership. Although they've been at the Premiership for 22 years, when they was in the Premiership, and obviously, if you go back to the First Division, do you know what I mean? When you go back to that, is they was getting to Europe regularly. They were a good side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and the guy McKenna has got them playing some good football. That's got them promoted twice. Do you know what I mean? From League One to Championship and now to the Premiership. So it was always going to be a bit shaky at first because what I noticed about Ipswich, they was pressing us a lot, weren't they?
Yeah, they were pressing us a lot, man for man marking. You know what it was? They played almost like Atalanta played against us. Remember Atalanta, man for man marking, which is listen, it's a brave style of play. But again, I think we nullified that pretty well in the second half because even Arne Slot said it, didn't he? If you play man for man and you leave Diogo Jota, Salah, and Diaz in the box, then you can be punished if you play properly, and we punish them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. For facts, I also feel as well when you do man for man marking, like man for man marking, you have to have that energy. The energy has to be there, you know. The energy has to be there, you know. And it's not as if the energy has to be there for just one half. It has to be there for 90 minutes and beyond. And I don't think many teams can do that. Do you?
Not really, mate. No, that's what I say. This first half, they were all over us. Second half, it looked like they ran out of the energy, but at the same time, I feel like we also made them run out of energy because we started knocking the ball about there. Like when Gravenberch got a hold of the ball, Trent got on the ball, even McAllister and that Szoboszlai got more on the ball. Like, not that they couldn't touch us, but it made their life very difficult because obviously it's not easy to chase a football around. Do you know what I mean? Because the ball moves faster than legs, doesn't it? So
yeah.
Sure, you can play man for man, and they've done a hell of a job. Fair play to them. But whenever we got a hold of that football, we started making things happen. I feel like we were a lot to do with that also.
Yeah. I think when we started to get, as you said, when we started to get comfortable on the ball, you know what I mean, and started popping it around, they couldn't live with us because there was a couple of times in the first half, and I know you would agree on this as well. A couple of times in the first half where we did actually get through. We did actually get through with it because I found out because of their high line, because they was holding high line, they were susceptible for that long ball over the top. Do you know what I mean? And it was
Yeah,
getting to sort of like our players each and every time. And I mean, in the second half, we made obviously better use of it. Do you know what I mean? But in the first half, we did do it a few times to some success in somewhat. Do you know what I mean? Because we actually got them behind them, sort of like. Do you know what I mean? Did you notice that in the first half as well?
yeah. That crossfield ball to Salah was on a lot, and obviously Salah done well. But I'll give credit though. Whenever we gave the ball to Salah, the Ipswich left back done a very good job, and then obviously
Yeah,
the centre backs and the right back, the whole back line of Ipswich, they dealt with it well. Like, oh, I won't lie. Do you know what I mean? Like, Ipswich can hold their heads high,
mm,
especially that first half. Do you know what I mean? Because yeah, listen, I don't think we were brilliant, but as you said, we had some success getting behind that. But Ipswich playing it well, and we just had to keep knocking on the door. And then I felt like Arnie Slot must have got into them at half time and said, we need to win our duels. He even said it, didn't he? We need to win our duels. We need to control the football. Once we done that, started playing our football, it was good stuff. It was good stuff,
yeah,
definitely.
it was party time still. It was party time for us. Do you know what I mean? So, like, who would you say that impressed you most on which player would you say one of our players, obviously? Which one
Yeah.
of our players impressed you most in Saturday's game?
There was a couple, mate, but for me, it was probably Trent, because I'll tell you why. In that first half, whenever Ipswich got the couple of moments, right? Yes, the winger got past Alexander Arnold a couple of times, but what I'll give him credit for, he kept going, and Trent got back into position, and he actually defended all right. Because when Trent got beat once, he didn't just give up. Do you know what I mean? He went back and
Yeah,
either made a block or got on the end of something brilliant. And then in the second half, he was getting on the ball himself. I mean, that goal came from Trent's pass, didn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Split the defence through the Salah and then across the jaw. It was really good. Him, if he can keep that up, I'll be super impressed. Like Trent impressed me. Gravenbert's done a really good job as well. He
yeah.
impressed me a lot. And I've seen a lot of people saying Gravenbert's 10 out of 10. I wouldn't quite go that far. Like, obviously, the second half was brilliant. First half,
Bit strong though, a bit strong.
wee bit strong, mate. I felt like the first half, he got a wee bit. No, in the second half, he was fantastic. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
But the first
yeah.
half, mate, it just felt like, he got left behind a couple of times in the first half. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, I'm
yeah,
not going to. But he was good, though. He was good. And then, obviously, Jota. I think Jota done really well. Although he did miss a sitter, but that can happen, can't it? Like, I'm not going to judge him for it, like, because
yeah,
he took his chance 5 minutes later, didn't
yeah. He put that in the back of the net.
he? Yeah.
And
Salah played well, too. Salah played very well, also.
do you think sort of like obviously his second chance what he had, also what he put away? Do you think that was harder than the first chance that he missed?
Not particularly, no. I think it was put on the plate for him. You know what I mean? But the first chance was quite easy. Like, but again, he
Yeah,
still had to jump up and adjust for a header. I mean, it's a tricky one. But both of them were easy enough chances. But that's Jota. And to be honest, I don't think Jota would miss too many of those chances. He's that good. I rate him that highly. So I can let
yeah,
it slide because you've seen yourself, mate. When he's in front, even without forget even the goal, right? Even his work rate and charging the defenders, dribbling. He's a
yeah.
complete footballer. If we can keep him fit, that's a big help in it.
Oh man, if we can keep him fit, to be honest, on day, if we can keep him fit, I'm expecting about 20 goals in all competitions. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, that's the expectations that the man sets. That's the standards he sets for himself, isn't it? He's that good. He is really, really
Yeah.
good footballer. Very good footballer.
And I think I think you probably agree with me as well. I feel that Arnie Slot likes him in that position, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, Nunes didn't even come off the bench, which
Yeah, I
I thought
didn't.
was a bit mad. But yeah, he likes him. Of course, he likes him. Who wouldn't like him? Do you know what I mean? When he's fit, he's probably the best clinical striker at this moment in time. Unless Nunes can improve big time, you'd have to say at the moment, Jota's that guy, isn't
he? Yeah, I mean, it could be a situation that, like, in regard to Nunes, he's probably keeping him behind because he's probably thinking, well, look, I want to show you how I want you to play. I want to show you how you can get the best out of your game. Do you know what I mean? I think it's something like that. Would you agree with that one?
Yeah, I'd say so, mate, because he hasn't really got long to work with Nunes, really, because he's only came back from the Copa America, and then he played that game against Las Palmas, didn't he? When we played 2 friendlies in one day, so
yeah,
it's hard, really, isn't it? But listen, I'll give him a chance, see how he goes. Absolutely, I think he's got the talent, but at this moment in time, I would still say Joel is probably. I'll be happy to be proven wrong. Listen, if both of them can score goals, that's great. Yeah, no, that's great. Because let's be honest, Rodz, right? Our front line, Rodz, right? Now keep in mind, if all these guys are on their top form, it's not too bad. Our front line's actually quite good. Like you've got Diaz, Gakpo, Nunes, Jota, and Salah. Like if all those guys are scoring goals, it's actually not so bad. Like you wouldn't want to be marking those guys when they're on top form.
No. And do you know something? What I've noticed is when Diaz is playing with Jota, when they're playing together, like as the forwards, as the forwards in that, the main forwards, I might say. I noticed that they play well together, don't you? They literally do play well together. There was a couple of games, obviously, a couple of games the season just gone, where Salah was injured, and it was like Jota and Nunes, and Nunes was playing through the middle, Jota was playing on the right. I'm not being funny. That combination was not too shabby, It was not too shabby. Right. It was good. I can't remember which game it was. It's one game, and I think it might be a Champions League game.
I think was it away to Bournemouth?
It's one of those games when
I think Salah went AFCON, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they played Jota and Nunes was sort of supposed to be going through the middle, yeah, but he kind of drifted up to the right, and then Jota was going through the middle, and he scored this goal where he just ran through. He just ran through and he slotted it in at the back of the net. But so I'm saying that the combination of them two is very good, So one would think at the day that Arnie's saying, look, you know what, I ain't had much time to work with you, yeah? But also I've had more time to work with these guys. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So let's hold back for a bit, yeah? And I'll show you how I want you to play. Do you know what I mean? And how to get the best out of him. I think it's got to be something like that because it'd be criminal at the day to say, well, you don't rate this guy and you can put him to the wayside. Do you understand what I'm saying? It'd be criminal.
Yeah, big time. No, I 100% agree because, as I said, these guys can all score goals. Now, don't get me wrong, they've all went missing in their own periods of times. We know that, they have went missing, but at the same time, they're all capable of scoring goals. Like last season in all competitions, I think they all got double-digit goals. Like Gakpo, Diaz, Nunes, Salah, Jota.
Yeah.
That says a lot for Jota too. Because Jota missed a lot of games. But
yeah.
If we can build on that, mate, even I'm not asking for anything crazy, because I'm trying to be realistic. But even 5-10% more, it could make a big difference. Do you know what I mean? It could make a big difference.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, at the end of the day, if they apply themselves a bit more, you never know what can sort of happen. I mean, do you feel that Gravenberch is the answer for the number 6? Do you feel that?
No, not at all. I think he's a brilliant footballer. And see, when we signed him last season, right? I knew it would be a slow. He's only young, and but I knew there was a talent there, and a lot of people did. Is he highly rated around Europe? I think he's a brilliant player, and listen, he held his own in the 6, and until we get a number 6, can he do a job? Yeah, I think he can. I hope he can, and I believe he can. But is he the answer for just that's our new number 6? I wouldn't say so, mate. Personally, I would like us to go sign an out-and-out number 6. Personally.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I think that's what I was trying to put across to 12th man. Obviously, with no disrespect in that. That's what I was trying to put across to him yesterday. Was like the fact that I mean, yes, and then Graham Birch, I'm not doubting that he's a good player, but the only problem that you will have in that sense is if you're playing a person, no matter how good he is, in a position that's not his, that's a sure way of having that player getting burnt out too quick. Do you know what I mean? Because he has to do double the job. Do you know what I mean? It's like when Henderson. Do you know what I mean? When Henderson was like supposed to be our 8, yeah, right. His main problem was right when Trent come into the side. His main problem was the fact that he had to sort of like when Trent went forward and left gaps, he had to cover for Trent. So he'll drop back. Do you know what I mean? He'll drop back in Trent's place. Yeah. So that's why Trent was able to play that role that he played successfully for so long. Yeah. So then he'll drop back into his place, and then obviously when Trent comes back, he's running back into his, into his natural position. He was constantly running up and down, running up and down, running up and down, running up and down, either defending or attacking, defending or attacking. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you'll get with a Graham Birch, because Graham Birch is obviously more of an attacking player. So he can be constantly running up and down, because he's alien to that position that he's in. It can work for a while. Don't get me wrong, it can work for a while, but it's going to come to a sticky end. Don't you think so?
Yeah, the only thing I would say maybe to defend him a wee bit is maybe in this system, there's listen. We still run a lot. We are pressing. We even pre-season and that we do press a lot, but I think we'll probably have a wee bit more of the ball, a little bit, so it might help him a bit. But even at that, like as you said, it's a position that's not your own. Can you do a job? Yeah, because talent shines. You know what I mean? The guy's talented, but is he the long-term number 6, and is he going to shine and become a world-class number 6? I mean, you're asking a lot from the guy. You really are, and I don't think it's fair, isn't it? Because I don't think it's fair, Rods, because if you put him in a number 8, like even a squad rotation here and there, because we have a good squad in the midfield. If we get a proper DM, right, world class or close to world class DM, yeah, Gravenberch in the number 8, I think would be really good. I think he'd be brilliant because that's his position.
Yeah. I'll put like Gravenberch in an 8. Do you know what I mean? Because what I'm trying to do? I'll try and play like a 4-3-3, but a diamond 4-3-3. Do you know what I mean? And I'll have sort of like I'll have a Szoboszlai in a 10. I'll have him a 10 role. Because I think Szoboszlai in that 10 role is more effective than being back into an 8 or, in a 6. Because what's going to be asked of sort of like Szoboszlai on a few occasions will be for him to play the 6. So you're constantly going to be changing your 6 when it's probably more easier to buy a 6. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Szoboszlai as a 6 would be, in my opinion, would be the worst of the whole lot, because at least with Gravenberch you get that ball retention and that. Szoboszlai, like it's just not his game. Can he do it? Yeah, he can do it. But again, as you said, mate, further up the pitch, even on the edge of the box, in around the box here and there, that's where you want Szoboszlai, isn't it?
Yeah, he's lethal. He's lethal there. He's lethal. And he's shown that already when he collected that 1-2 from Salah and putting it back in the net. That's what you want out of Szoboszlai. That's what you want out of it. You don't
even creating chances in and around the box. Like Szoboszlai's better there. There's no point in putting him way back there. He's not that he's no good to you, but you're severely compromising your own game there, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, you are. I mean, because look on Saturday, he was one that laid off the ball for Salah to take that shot and score. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't do that if he's not if he's not being a 10. If he's being a 6, he's not going to be there, is he?
Like Gravenberch in the 6. Like Gravenberch in the 6 roads, right? At least if he's deeper in the midfield, like at least he can spray the ball about from the 6. You know what I mean? Which would suit him more than obviously Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's more of a, as you said, you want him in the box. Can Szoboszlai spray the ball around? Yeah, he can, but he's not going to be as effective doing that as a Gravenberch, in my opinion. You want him up the field, getting involved, 100%.
Yeah, no, facts, 100%.
Like Real
People.
Madrid wouldn't play Arda Güler in number 6, would they? Do you know what I mean?
No, this wouldn't do it. This wouldn't do it. No, I think I'm a stickler of having people in positions where they could be more effective than less effective. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? Because I think, yes, at the day, these guys that we talked about, like Ryan Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, can do a job there, but is it their game? Is that their game? And you have to say, no, it's not their game. So then, you shouldn't be putting somebody in a position where he's going to be less effective. You want him somewhere where he's more effective and he can affect the game. Do you know what I mean? He can get us out of deep holes and stuff like that.
Well, Rodz, I have a prime example of that, right? If you go back to 16, 17, right? The summer we bought Mane and Wijnaldum and that, obviously Henderson played as the number 6, right? Because Henderson, especially back then, he had a lot more energy. He would have ran around, defended a lot on all the rest. Hendo was the number 6. He done, if you think about it, he done decent. He actually done all right. We got top 4 in that. But whenever we bought Fabinho in, right, a proper number 6, and Hendo played beside him, you could see a big difference.
Yeah,
it was you have to be real. It was enormous.
Yeah, and I also think as well. I also felt sorry for Fabinho because I think he needed somebody in there as well that can help him. Do you know what I mean? Much less than sort of like not having somebody there, because I think what happened with him, he had to do a lot of running around. Do you know what I mean? And he got burnt out. So then, what will happen with these players?
But because he was a pro. Yeah, well, we want. Yeah.
No, I'm just thinking that they I think he probably needed something to help him, not so sort of like somebody that can take the burn off him. Somebody that can sort of like say, right, you know what, you played a certain amount of games, so far. We're gonna take you out for a bit, put this guy in, then bring you back in. Do you know what I mean? So you can freshen yourself up. I think the demands on him was a lot, but saying that, he was a proper number 6. Do you know what I mean? And you did see the massive difference, right, when Fabinho came in, and then obviously playing along with Henderson, you did see it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the difference was Premier League trophy, Champions League trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like that's literally the levels that now we could have done very well with Henderson, but would we have won a Premier League or a Champions League if Hendo playing out of position like that? I personally don't think so.
No. Exactly, and exactly. So I just what I was trying to explain to sort of like the Liverpool 12th man yesterday was that's all right, but it's still square pegs and round holes.
Yeah.
No matter how good this person, you say this person will be in this position, it's still square pegs and round holes, and that's one way of burning yourself out, getting your player burnt out. Do you know what I mean? Because he's constantly having to fit in that position. Do you know what I mean? I don't want that for our players now. Do you know what I mean? Yes, up there a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, all right, fair enough, right? But this is supposed to be a new era, yeah? We're supposed to have the right players for the right position. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, we'll just have to see what happens, do you know what I mean? Whether they do get a 6 or they don't, do you know what I mean? Because they could surprise us and have something up their sleeve. You never know.
100%. And what I will say as well, Rod, real quickly as well, if Gravenberch could become a number 6, which I don't think, but if he could, right, because he's still young, let's just say he did. I ain't complaining. I'm a happy man, but at the end of the day, listen, the club tried to sign Zubimendi, so even the club believe that we can. Even the club believe we need one. So my thing I say is just go and get it done, man.
Yeah. Just simple as that, isn't it? Really, do you know what I mean? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Just
get it done. You would think so, wouldn't you? But unfortunately, around here, it's not, is it? That's the problem.
Well, it's not. Yeah, you're right. I mean, to be honest, at the day, sort of like, there's no point in trying to tell us now. We're not children, right? We're adults. There's no point in trying to tell us that they will well, we're not going to look for number 6 because we think the squad's good enough. Yeah, we think the squad's good enough. Well, why did you look for number 6 in the first place then? If you thought the squad was good enough, why look for number 6? It's like, like if me, I've got a car, yeah, takes me to A to B and blah 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 blah, yeah, right, yeah. I'm not gonna be looking at the end of the day sort of like for another car if that car's reliable. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously at the end of the day the reason why I'm looking for another car is A, I want to upgrade because I don't think this car's good enough anymore, or it just simply isn't good enough anymore, and I need something else. Like for instance, the money I was spending to get it fixed, you know what I mean? It's going to cost me too much. I might as well get another car. Do you know what I mean? You don't look for something new if you don't need it. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's like you having a car, yeah, and you putting an advertisement on Facebook Marketplace, yeah, and saying, "Yo, looking at an upgrade on the car," you know what I mean? And maybe your missus is like, did you get the new car yet, Rodz? And you're like, nah, man, my car's, I'm happy enough. She'd be like, well, hold on, I seen your post on Facebook, big man. Do you know what I mean?
What are you bugging me off for?
And then you go and deleting the post and pretend it never happened. Nah, man, that's what we're doing. We're trying to bluff people here. It's not like it's they can say what they want, mate. No, we know as fans, and Arnie Law knows, and Richard Hughes knows as well. We need a DM, so let's see what happens there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Still got 12 days left, and see what happens. But I did say, being funny, I don't know if I jinxed it. Yeah, right. I did say, right, I'd be very surprised if Liverpool sign anybody this transfer window because that's what they're like. This is what these guys are like. You fill your head up with so much shite, yeah, only to sort of like do what you thought they was going to do in the first place, not buy nobody. Do you know what I mean? Because like we've been, obviously the threat of going over it again. We've been told, right, for 2 months now that August is going to be a busy time for us. Yeah, August going to be a busy time for us. August came, right? It was like August the 3rd or something like that. They said it's going to be a busy 10 days. Yeah, right. You've only tried to sign one player. It's not as if you had like all right then. You know what? I had a midfielder, a defender, and a forward player. It's not as if you had those 3 players and you tried to sign those 3 players and you got rejected on all 3 of them. If that was the case, if we got rejected on all 3 of them, I could probably understand. Yeah, I could probably understand because I could say, well, they did try. Yeah, they did try. But you only got rejected on 1. What about the other 2 players? And another thing as well, yeah, they can't tell me that Zubimendi is the only 6 out there. They can't tell me that. Because wasn't after that guy from Atalanta, Emerson? It was after him. It was after Cookminders as well. So what's up with that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
So,
facts. I mean, this has been going on for a while now, isn't it? Because obviously last summer as well, we tried to get Lavia and Casado as well, and then we got Endo, obviously. But here, just now that you say that, Rodz, right? No one signed this window. January transfer window, we didn't sign anybody either. So this will be 2 windows in a row.
Exactly.
When you think about it that way, mate, it's really not good, is it? Like, that's mad.
It's mad because
it's actually mad. Our last signing was Endo last year.
Yeah, no, last signing. But it's mad because you know what it is, yeah? What I noticed, and what I noticed, and Fuzzy's noticed as well, he brought it to my attention, yeah? That we only sign people when we fall out the Champions League.
Yeah.
If we're in the Champions League, we don't really sign anybody to that.
I've been saying that for ages, mate. Yeah, no, never. I've said that. No, I've said that. Mate, when you fall out of the top 4, they'll spend, of course, and they've done it even under Brendan Rodgers. At the end of the day, we splashed heavy on Benteke, we splashed heavy on Firmino, here and there.
Yeah.
But that was because we weren't in the top 4. That's just trying to get back to the top 4. Once you get in that top 4, what do we really do? Nothing really.
They sit in their hands, don't they? They literally sit in their hands.
The only transfer window I remember we spent a little bit of money, and I say a little bit because we won the Premier League. We got Thiago in, who, let's be honest, he was injury prone, and then obviously we got Jota in on Simicast,
Yeah.
which isn't on paper is not bad. It's very good, but again, you know, Simicast was a good signing. Thiago was injury prone, who I love, and then Jota is brilliant, but he's also injury prone. And I know that sounds harsh, but just being honest, like, you know, we've never actually went for it hard when you get top four. I've never seen us been in to sign like a Valverde or a Vinicius or an Mbappe or anything like that. I don't ever see us doing it.
Nah. 1 second. Let's go get the charger. Yeah, we don't literally just don't do it. We literally don't do it. We never sort of say it's so audacious. And you know that guy, was it the guy Rodrigo? He plays for Real Madrid. I think he's Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually available, you know, because the thing is about it, they've got like so many people in his position. They've got like Mbappe's in his position. Emmerich has come in. He's in a position. Do you know what I mean? They've got so much people in a position. Is he really going to get a game?
You say that, mate. Real Madrid's game's just finished, and they drew 1-1 with Mallorca, and Rodrigo scored. So, I don't know about that. Maybe it is important for them, you know what I mean?
No, but you
again,
see what it is. What would happen? Sorry to cut, because what would happen, Rodrigo? He'll get a percentage of games, and that percentage of games won't really be enough for a young star like him. Because remember, at the day you got Emmerich. Emmerich just come in, plays right wing, so you're gonna have to incorporate him. Then you got Mbappe that's just come in. Listen, you have to incorporate him. Do you know what I mean? So like, I just feel it today. So like, Liverpool can go to Real Madrid and strike up some kind of deal and say, look, we'll take him off your hands. Talk to his agent, say, look, we'll take him off your hands. Just say to him, look, how much game? I know Real Madrid is a big club, but how many games do you feel that your client is going to get at Real Madrid? So what we can offer him, we can offer him much more games than Real Madrid. Remember, we got League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, and League. He'll get more a percentage of games, even if he plays like League Cup, even if he plays like all the League Cups, yeah, and cameo roles in the league, yeah, and he plays all the FA Cups. Do you know what I mean? It's just he will just get bigger games, man.
Well, before he joined Real Madrid, right? Obviously, he was playing in Brazil. Michael Edwards, you know this true story. Michael Edwards went to him and tried to sign him, and he said no. Like, he rejected us when he was playing in Brazil, which is quite embarrassing, to be fair, because obviously he wasn't even at Real Madrid yet. He was playing for Gremio. I think he was playing for Corinthians or something. Do you know what I mean? My man said no. Listen, I don't know. What happened to our poll, man? We've got no poll anymore.
Yeah, no, you know what it is? Fuck him. Let me stay there then, still. You know what it is? You know what it is today? I don't think as much as we ain't got no poll. I just think our negotiation skills are a bit poor. Do you know what I mean?
Probably, mate. You know what it is, mate. All these top players, right? Let's be honest. There's going to be other clubs in for them as well, right? It strikes me that we go to these guys. I think we offer them maybe really low money or something, because let's be honest, mate. The contracts we offer people is quite low, and like it's not. We wouldn't offer a contract like a Real Madrid. Real Madrid would pay you 300, 400k a week if you're a good player, wouldn't they? We don't do that.
Yeah.
So maybe we need to reassess our wage bill, Rodz.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, we're going to talk about this guy now. Our favorite guy. This guy here. Joseph Gomez. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to take myself off of there so you can see it. Yeah, so basically, Joe Gomez was left out the side yesterday for Portman Road, and there's rumours of him actually looking a move elsewhere. Now, I can understand it in one way because, like, you know, he was told that yes, you're an important part of the team, and you know you're important to this club, and blah blah blah. You know, little spill. But what's actually happened is what's actually happened is they've tried to offer him to Newcastle, yeah, for to get that deal done with Anthony Gordon. Yeah, they offered him some money. So he's probably thinking that they were, yo, fam, you're mucking me off, yeah? Do you know what I mean? You understand me? You're mucking me off. Do you know what I mean? So he's thinking to himself, well, how important am I to the club? So he's thinking to himself, well, rather than me sort of like getting caught out on that, right? Yeah. Shouldn't I sort of like try and find a move somewhere else? Do you know what I mean? So what's your thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, man, no, 100%. Like, he must be like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we just, like, if you offer a player to another club with cash, like, I'm sorry, but it's just hard fact. You don't rate that player. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You're not going to offer a player away that you rate. You're not going to do it. So I think it's quite disappointing, Rodz, because, see, to be honest, last summer, yeah, I was thinking, like, Joe Gomez, like, he was coming off a bad season. He wasn't playing well. He turned it around. Last season, he was very, 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 very good player for us last season, Rodz. You know what I mean? Very good. So I'll be very disappointed with letting go, mate. I think there's very few players that can play the amount of positions that guy plays. Like, that guy played right back, centre back, left back. He even played midfield, didn't he, last season? He done all right, didn't he? He done all right.
Remember, he played the 6. Yeah, he played the 6 in one game, and he was a bit shaky. He was a bit shaky, but then he kind of like, kind of got with it and that. And I think they put on Endo. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think they put on Endo. And then, but the second game we played as a 6, yo, he had that locked down. He had that locked. He had that locked. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking at the day, right? Well, it'll be funny if you cannot find a 6. Why not play this guy?
Why not give it a try, man? Who's to say it can't work? I mean, he done all right.
Yeah. But I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm majorly disappointed because, mate, we're playing Champions League this season, right? And I keep saying it, right? We're playing more games of football. We're playing more games, more competitive games than that. A guy like that can play multiple positions. If a left back was to get injured, or right back, or whatever, why would you be throwing him away? I don't really understand it.
No, they seem to be getting rid of more players than what they're buying. Because look, you look at it, like if he goes, because remember, right, Bobby Clark is sealed his deal. He's going out to Austria to get it all sorted. I think for medical and so forth. That's gonna be 11 million. Yeah, that's gonna be 11 million. Yeah, so he's gone. Yeah. Fabio Cavallo, he's gone. Remember, he played today as well, didn't he? He played today.
He played against. He came off the bench for Brentford. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for playing against Palace, which they won. Brentford won that game, didn't they? I think Cavallo is going to be a big boy player for Brentford. I ain't gonna lie, he's going to be a big boy player. Do you know what I mean? I think we might end up regretting selling Fabio Cavallo, to be honest, right? But yeah, so he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Do you know what I mean? So that's two players gone so far. No, well, 2 players gone, a potential of 3. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently Vandenberg's on the way out also.
There you go. So what's that? What is the plan here? What is the plan here? Are we? Is it sell to buy or sell to sell?
Yeah, at the moment it's just sell to sell, isn't it, at the minute, because we're selling everybody, but we're not. And apparently as well, I mean, we're looking to apparently from reliable sources, we're looking to sell Harvey Blair, who's obviously a young player.
Yeah. He wants to go. He wants to go.
And apparently we want to sell Ben Doak.
Yeah, there's a situation where, right, what the situation is, what I can gather is it's a loan with the option to buy. They will have the option to buy sort of like the player at the end of the loan period. Do you know what I mean? So if he gets that loan, yeah, he's probably as good as gone. Because he's not going to want to come back to a club and they don't want him. Do you know what I mean? Because all they're going to do is, and he'll know this, all they're going to do is just loan him again and again and again. So he's not going to want to come back to a club that don't want him. Do you know what I mean? So you might say if he gets that loan, he's as good as gone. So we're shipping out all these players, and what's coming in? What's
Yep.
coming in?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, they'll probably pick up about, what, 7 million for Harvey Blair? You never know, because, you know, like, Liverpool like to fleece these teams. Do you know what I mean? I just can't see the logic in it. And I seriously want Gomez to stay, but, like, I can understand him wanting to go because he probably feels like disrespected. He probably feels disrespected. Do you know what I mean? You know, so
Yeah, he probably does, mate. He's our longest serving player as well. Like, no one's been at the club longer than him.
He was here since he's been here. I think it was Brendan Rodgers. Was it Brendan Rodgers' second season? When it was his second season, it was. I think it was his second season.
2015, we signed him from Charlton.
No, before. I'm sure it's before that, wasn't it?
No, it was 2015. It was summer 2015, mate. It was 2015. It was the same season we signed Benteke, and he's been here 9 years. Right,
yeah. Because like I remember him coming in as an 18-year-old, and he had no fear. You know what he was? Yeah, to me, that was the only good thing that Brendan Rodgers done, being a Liverpool manager, is signing this guy here.
I don't know. He signed Firmino as well. To be fair,
he didn't want him. He didn't want him.
No, he didn't want him. But I mean, it worked out in the end, didn't it?
You know what I mean? He did. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it worked in the end, but like I think if I think what it was at the day they want to sign. Yes, they wanted to sign Firmino, and he only okayed it if he could sign Benteke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look how that Benteke turned out. You know what I mean? I remember that game, right, when Benteke and there was like Benteke was like supposed to do certain things in the game. He didn't do it. And it's like what was it? Klopp was telling him, Reggie, you know you're supposed to do it. Tell him what he's done wrong and everything, and he just shrugged his shoulders and walked off.
I remember.
And he never put. That was the last we saw of him, wasn't it? That's the last we saw of him.
Yeah, listen, them days there with Balotelli and that. Listen, let's not talk about that. That was some dark days. Benteke was all right. He didn't suit us. Benteke did not suit us. But Benteke is a good. No one can tell me Benteke's not a good striker. Do you know what I mean? Like for Aston Villa, he's a bad man.
Yeah, he was good for Aston Villa. Do you know what I mean? But like, just sometimes that happens. It just like. They go to another team and it just doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? But I hope with this chap here, I hope he doesn't go. Hope he stays. And I said yesterday on the show if he does go, literally, we should be looking to we're looking really to get somebody just as good or even better than Joe Gomez.
Well, how much would you demand? How much would you personally demand for Joe yourself?
Nothing less than 40 million.
Yeah, I agree. He's English, isn't he, as well? So obviously that should bump the price up every club in these English players. Yeah, I mean, why not? If you don't sell him for if you do just say for talk's sake you sell him for 20 million, what's the point?
That's a kick in the teeth. That's not only disrespecting the club, that's disrespecting him. That's disrespecting
him. And it's sort of like a waste of time, is it? Because you're not going to replace him for 20 million, are you? If you think about it, really.
Oh, really? No. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, if he goes for anything less than 40 million, that's criminal. That is criminal. Do you know what I mean? Another guy I want to talk about is this chap here. Is it the one? Yeah, it was. I hope it is the one. Get all these bloody adverts in there. Get out of it. Get out of it. All right, so Joe Kwanzaa yesterday, he's only started with Joe Kwanzaa, but in the second half he got benched and Konate came on, and he was disappointed. And Arnie Slot said basically, and Dave sort of like he had to look at the tactics. You know what I mean? He knows he started with Joe Kwanzaa. We had to look at the tactics, and the duels weren't being won, and so he had to make a tactical sort of like change. Do you know what I mean? To the situation, right? And he brought on Kanate, and it did work out. Nobody can't say it didn't work out. Do you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on it, my friend?
Yeah. My thoughts is I like it because it takes ruthlessness at the top. We all wanted a ruthless manager. I mean, like again, this is what you want. This is what you need at Liverpool Football Club. You need standards to be kept, my friend. And
Yeah.
it's really good to see. However, I'm disappointed for Kwanzaa. But again, it's just a bad day at the office. I think he'll be all right. He'll learn from this. He'll grow from this. And there's a player in there, that's for sure. We've seen that already. He's already proven it in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Like we know Kwanzaa can play football, and he can defend, and he's just a top class defender, up and coming young player. So listen, if he has to sit out for a bit, Rodz, right? Yeah, and Kanate plays in. I have no doubt you'll see him again in that back line, and he'll be fine.
Yeah. I always feel it in day, sort of like, I've got no problem him being on the bench and disappointed and sad in that because he shows at the end of the day passion for the club. He shows at the end of the day he wants to be here. He wants to play games. Do you know what I mean? He's not here just for the hell of it. Do you know what I mean? And like, yes, you should be disappointed if you get benched. You know what I mean? You only play 45 minutes, you get benched. You should be disappointed. I like that you're disappointed because it shows at the day what's going to happen. When you come back next time, you come back bigger and better. You come back better. Do you know what I mean? And it shows that you have got passion for the club. Do you know what I mean?
100%. I think he'll be fine, Rodz. Like I think he genuinely. I think he'll learn from this, and I think he'll be back in the team soon before you know it. And even if he doesn't come in as an automatic starter, even rotating with the centre back, like he'll be fine. Mate. Do you know what I mean? That's a top defender right there, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that is a top defender, and not many people can say, and then they got a top defender, right, in their club that's come out of the academy. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what, right? I saw that Adam Wharton today, right, play for Palace, I saw that Adam Wharton play for Palace, and there's a lot of raving thing about him, a lot of excitement and hype. Personally, I don't really see it. There's no way at the end of the day he's worth 100 million. If I went to if I went to Crystal Palace and said he wanted sort of like 100 million, I go, do me a favour, mate. What's the matter with you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, mate. See prices these days in football, it's crazy. Don't get me wrong. In my opinion, Adam Wharton's a brilliant footballer, but 100 million, not for me, mate. To be honest,
Listen, I'm not paying. I'm not looking to pay anything more than 40 million. And even that's a push. Seriously, even that's a push. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, he's all right, but I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. Do you know what I mean?
He's very good, very good. Like, but for me, I'd go 50. That'll be my max. Like,
I wouldn't give him that, mate. I wouldn't give him that.
No, well, here, listen, 100 million is a joke, and like, surely not.
Yeah, surely you are mugging us off. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, do you like to see that kind of passion with Gerald Kwanzaa? Are you happy to see him disappointed that he got benched?
In a way, yeah. Obviously, I don't want to see anyone disappointed, but I'm happy to see in that situation that he wants to be part of the team because he fought hard to get here. Like, keep in mind, Rodz, this is a guy that was on loan. Can't remember what club, but he was on loan. He was on loan in Bristol Rovers in the Championship only last year, wasn't it? So
in the league, I think they were League One at that time there. That he was
League One Championship or something. I know they weren't even very high in their league either. It was like a mid-table team, wasn't it? Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
So and then a year later he's playing for Liverpool. Like, you have to rate the guy's got commitment. You don't do them thing there if you're not committed.
No. And to be fair, you know what I mean? Before he come into the side, I didn't even know about him. Did you? No. Did you really know about Kwanzaa? I didn't know about him. I'm not gonna lie.
I knew he was on loan, but I didn't know how good he was. I knew his name. I didn't know how good he was. I didn't know. You know the way you always hear of these youth players going out and you're like, that's good for them. I never actually knew I never knew how good he was or anything like that. But Listen, if you play for Bristol Rovers, right, League One or Championship, and a year later you're playing for Liverpool starting, if you know what I mean, that tells you a lot about that man's character.
Do you know what another thing as well, right? Which I'll say quick. Do you know when? Do you remember that kid? That kid Kai Williams, yeah, right. And then obviously we had to bring him into the squad because our defenders went down and blah blah blah. And he got criticized.
Reece Williams, yeah.
That's the reason, yeah. He got criticized, yeah. And obviously in his first couple of games, but then he got better. What a lot of people didn't realize that before we brought him back in, yeah, he was playing for Kidderminster, which is non-league. He was playing for Kidderminster. We had him on loan to get Kidderminster. And then what happened? And he came in, and obviously he didn't look too good when his first few games. He didn't look good at all. He was letting people run past him and that. But to be fair, he was put up in some like games against Man United, which like he had freaking what's his name? Rashford. Rashford Fernandez running past.
No, but in saying that, Rodz, there's a picture of him and Nat Phillips with their arm around each other, clapping the fans when we got top four. And I can't lie, mate. It's one of my favorite all-time Liverpool photos. Like the guys, I think Reece Williams Nat Phillips has a bandage around his head. And Reece they've got their arm around each other, like, and it's like, wow, they actually listen. They don't listen. You know what, Rodz, right? For what it was, they done all right.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, to be fair, and I think the criticism was a bit too harsh on them. You know what I mean? Especially Reece Williams, because considering where he come from, I mean, put it this way, Nat Phillips was probably one of the more experienced one because he came from Germany and stuff. Do you know what I mean? And like, he had 2 loans with Germany. But
Nat Phillips, he was on loan at Stuttgart, wasn't he?
Stuttgart and Mönchengladbach, he was on loan on there. Now, to be fair, at the end of the day, right, when you look at it, it's like a thing where, you know, Reece Williams was probably the most less experienced one out of the 2, but he kind of like after a while he got with the team and found out how he should play. Do you know what I mean? And he became good. He became good in there, but I did find the early criticism of him was a bit harsh and uncalled for, considering of like the experience that he had, which wasn't a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I just think they could be kinder to him, but like, you know, Kwanzaa, I like to see that. I like to see the disappointment, not like in. I say I like to see the disappointment, not like in a horrible way. It's just a sort of like it shows me at the day your commitment to the club. That's what it shows me. Your commitment to the club. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So listen, the last thing we're gonna talk about, take this off, is these happy chappies here. Right? Now, these guys at the day in the last year of their contract, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, I may say, and Mo Salah, Mo Salah, in the last year of their contract. And it doesn't seem that there's any urgency to get them signed up. Do you know what I mean? What's your thoughts, my friend? You still there? Right, Kieran's gone in there. Kieran, what going, dog? Raw. Raw. Ciaran, you still there? Jeez. Jeez. Well, but as well, I'll talk about it. Now, basically, he'll probably come back in a minute. He wanted to come back in a minute. With this situation, it's not a very good situation because like you can't afford to. Yeah, he's come back. Hey.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Yeah,
so I don't know what happened there, mate. I was talking, but it wasn't. You couldn't hear me for some reason.
Yeah, I was just talking about these 3 chaps here: Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander, and Mo Salah. They're in the last years of contract, but it doesn't seem that there's any urgency to get them signed up to a new contract. Let me get your thoughts on this situation.
Well, yesterday's game showed me that those three guys are still very important to how we play, even with a new manager and everything else. As I said before, mate, quality shines anywhere. Now, yes, all three of those guys have had bad games in the past here and there. But make no mistake about it, over the course of the season, those three guys there have been our best players since they've all been in the team, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems like, yes, you seen it yesterday, mate. Trent's pass to Salah scoring, Van Dijk defending. You know, like that's our core of our team there, mate. Yeah. And the fact that they're on 11 months, 10 months left of a contract is a disgrace.
It is. It's a disgrace. And I don't know what they're doing to rectify the situation because, as I said before, we all know that Real Madrid are after Trent Alexander. We know this. It's not a secret. Now, to be honest, if they want to be really bad-minded, they can sign all three of them on a free contract, and that is scary. That is scary at the day that they this is an option that Real Madrid can do, but you're not doing anything to block it. I just can't understand it. Do you know what I mean? What are you waiting for? Do you know what I mean?
It's what you said about Joe Gomez. You said Joe Gomez probably feels a bit disrespected here and there because we were offered it to Newcastle, right? Or in different clubs. How do those guys feel like that we didn't even offer them a new deal? Well, definitely in Van Dijk's case anyway, because he even come out and said it, that we didn't even offer him. There's been no talks yet.
Yeah. And he also said it today he wants to see signings, and it's like he's 0 for 2, isn't it? He's 0 for 2.
I mean, he's got no contract, no signings. I mean, he's just been, you know what he's been told, yeah? He's been told, listen, just you fucking, you know what I mean? You sit there and shut your fucking mouth. That's what he's been told. Yeah. Richard Hughes rang him up and just said, listen, big man, yeah, say less.
Say less, don't come around there talking that shit, mate.
You're going to have to spend some money, mate. You know what I mean? Shut your mouth.
We don't want to do that, mate. We don't want to do. Oh, man, what a life. Listen, just get these guys signed up because, like, this is a joke. It's ridiculous. Getting ridiculous now that you haven't got these guys signed up. And, you know, listen, we can't afford to lose these guys. We've seen yesterday how valuable they are to the team. So get them signed up. Get your finger out your whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, just do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't take that much. Just sign them up and put them on a good deal. Do you know what I mean? You know, bump up the wages on Trent, bump up the wages on Van Dijk. This guy's wages don't need bump up because he's on probably about $400,000 a week anyway. So, you know, the main guys that you got to worry about is these two. Bump their money up, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, sort it out because...
Give Salah a 1-year extension or something.
Yeah, you can't afford to do it. You know what it is in the day, right? You know what I mean? Just give him a 3-year extension, yeah, and then he could probably do another year with us, and he could probably bid him off to sort of like Saudi if you want. Do you know what I mean? At least you get some money for him. Do you know what I mean? So listen, just get it done. You know what I mean? Listen, that concludes the show. We tackled quite a few stuff. Got through quite a few stuff, and yeah. So listen, guys, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the points that we brought up this morning, and also as well, please share the content as well. Share the content with everybody on every platform. Just share it, and also help the community grow. So, Ciaran, I will speak to you again very, very soon. Yeah, you get well very soon. You get well quick. Get well.
I appreciate that, mate. Thanks very much, mate. Great show again.
Yeah. I'll be calling you again, mate. You know what I mean? Because you always have good shows together and that. So, guys, in the meantime, peace, love, and respect. Peace, guys. Peace.
Big up.